right, so I hope you can see my screen and my voice is also audible to you all. So this is your most important website. It's called library.kau.edu.sa. This is the website where you will be able to find the manuals, videos, any additional help that you may need in addition to the video that we will be sharing with you all. Now, what you need to do is you need to click on this link, which is kau-store.vitalsource.com. Once you click on this, you will be redirected to the VitalSource for your university. Now, this is one way of searching for books. Another way of searching your books will be through Blackboard in the courses that you're registered for, and I will show you that as well. Now, for example, you're in this page and you're looking for a book that has to do with, for example, cooking. And when I go in and search for the book, it will give me all the books that are available. Okay, so if you have decided that this is the book you want, because this is the book that your instructor has suggested for you to use, you click on the book and it will open up for you. Now over here you have the title. You can match the title and the SKU number from what the instructor has shared with you, or you can simply click on the link in Blackboard as I mentioned. Now, once you choose your book, you have an option of either renting the book or buying the book. Now, if you choose to rent for 120 days, meaning it will be for 4 months, you will be able to use your book for 4 months on Blackboard or on the Bookshelf application. So the Bookshelf application is available for download on your Windows or Apple laptops and also your Apple or Android mobile phones. So 120 days means for 4 months you can use the book online or offline using the application. 150 days means that you will be able to use your book for 5 months online or offline using the application. And lifetime means that you will be able to use your book for 365 days online, and lifetime meaning beyond that 365 days or maybe 3 or 4 years later also, if you would like to access the book, you will still have offline access for the book. Now, of course, the pricing varies. So if you click on 120 days, it's for 143 riyals. Or if it's 150 days, then it's 165 riyals. And if it's lifetime, then it's 414 riyals. Now, the difference is because this is lifetime, meaning maybe 5, 10, or even 15 years later, if you need to use the book, you will be able to use it offline. However, rental means that you will only be able to limit it to the usage of 120 days. Once you have chosen your preferred option of renting or buying the book, you just click on proceed to checkout. Once you say proceed to checkout, you can see the total price here, which is your subtotal and the VAT. So the price that it shows you includes the VAT. So you can say begin checkout, or you can continue shopping if you want to add any more books. So once you click on begin checkout, it will redirect you to a page where you sign in. So you sign in using your Bookshelf email. This is how your books will be saved in your same Bookshelf where you have all your other books. And if you do not have a Bookshelf account, then you can go to create an account. When you go to create an account, you can include all the details that are required. You create an account and then you simply enter your credit card or debit card details and buy the book. All right. So any questions regarding buying the book so far? All right, great. So now we will move on to how you can use the book from Blackboard. So once you sign into Blackboard, you will be able to see the courses tab at the top. When you click on courses, you will be redirected to the page where you will be able to see all your courses. Now, for example, as a student, I am enrolled in this course. All right. When I am enrolled in this course, I click on it. Once I click on it, on my left side, I will be able to see all the books here. All right. It will either be called demo, ebook, resources, textbook, study guide. It can be called anything. All right. For example, I'm going to go into resources, or let me just go to ebook. Once I go into ebook, I can see that the same book that I chose over here. So let me just go back and show you the book. So you can see that this is the same book, and I have the same book integrated here by the teacher. All right. So once as a student, if I click on this link, so again, I'm going into ebook and this is the book. Once I click on the book, I will be redirected again to the page where I need to buy the book. All right. So you can choose this option of buying the book and you will be redirected to the page where you can enter your credit or debit card details and buy the book. All right. Now, just give me 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing and I will share again. I will show you how you can use this ebook and the features of bookshelf. So just give me 1 moment till I open the book. Just give me a second. I will share my screen again. Just give me 1 second. And I hope you can see my screen again. Now, just to take you to the first page of the book to show you how it works. So this is the cover page of your book, and you can see it is the same cover page that we saw on the library, and this is where you saw that this is the book that your instructor has recommended to you. Now, if you are using Bookshelf for the first time, when you click on this link in Blackboard, this one, you will be redirected to a page for Bookshelf where you have to register for Bookshelf. So you need to create an account. However, if you have already created the account for buying the book, you just need to sign in with the same email and password, and you will be taken to Bookshelf, which is over here. All right, once you sign in, you will have your book, and everything that you do on this book will be saved in your Bookshelf. Now, to begin with, the first feature that we have here is the home or the library. The home or the library is like your physical library. So all the books that you have purchased will be saved in the library. Now, depending on if you have all lifetime books, meaning whenever you go to your library, all your books will be available. However, if you're renting the books, once the period of the rental is over, the book will not be in your library anymore, and you will only see the ones which have existing subscriptions. All right. If at any point you have any doubts, please feel free to unmute your mic and ask me the question. Just allow me 1 second. I have someone waiting in the lobby and I will add them in as well. All right, moving on to the next feature, we have table of contents. Table of contents is like your index page in the book. Once you click on table of contents, you will see all the contents of the book. All you need to do is click, you will be taken inside the chapter. You will be able to see the sub-chapters as well. And once you click on any of the sub-chapters, you will be directly taken to the page that you clicked. So you don't have to look for the page. You can just go inside chapter, see what exactly you're looking for, and that is where you are taken. Now, for example, you don't know which chapter exactly it is in, but you know that what you're looking for. So for example, I'm looking for potato. All the chapters with the name potato will come up in my search. All right, so you can see over here, or if I want to look for pasta, you can see that all my searches that have the word pasta have come up. Now, you may want to search something from the textbook, but it is not as a chapter. So you use the search button here. Now, for example, you're looking for pasta, but it is not a part of the name of the chapter. It is in the content of the chapter. So when I search for the word pasta, it's going to give me all the search results for the word pasta. All right, as you can see, all of the search over here is about pasta. All right, now if I'm looking for a phrase which is pasta is added, you can see that the word pasta, the word is, and the word added are all searched separately. As you can see, there is only the word is here, added, pasta. All right, however, I want to look for this exact phrase. How can I do it? I add quotations before, quotations after, and hit enter. Once I do that, it will only give me the exact phrase. As you can see, I earlier had a lot more search results, but now I have only one search result, which means the exact phrase is looked for. So just a reminder, if you're looking for a particular phrase, then add quotations before and quotations after, and this is how you can search for the entire phrase. All right, so this is how we use the search bar. Now, moving on, the next thing we will do is highlighting. As students, we like highlighting things that are important to us so that we can review them on the day of the test or when we're doing our assignment. So there are two ways of highlighting text. One way is I just simply select the text, and when I hover over it, I can see the colors here. So I can color it in yellow. Now I also want to add a note to it. So when I click, I can see add note. Over here, I can write important, for example. Once I write important and I click outside, you can see on the left side of your screen, you have, on the left side of your screen, you have a post-it type icon, which comes up telling you that you have added a note at this highlight. For example, I'm moving on to another page. So let's go to another page. Now in this page, I want to highlight this. Once I highlight this, I can choose green or I can again choose yellow. Now, what is the difference between the two highlighting colors? Yes, they are different. That is one thing. Two is you can see an icon inside this, which looks something like the sharing, right? So when you highlight anything in green, you can share this highlight with your instructor if you have a doubt, or you can even share it with your colleagues if you are working in a group. However, if you're sharing it with your colleague should have to have the same book, which means if they have not purchased the book, they will not be able to see the highlights that you have shared with them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. Green, and I'm going to it. All right, so you can see that this note has also been added. Now, I told you that there are two ways of highlighting. I showed you one way. I will now show you another way of highlighting. How is the other way of highlighting? If you can see in the bar below, there is a pen icon here. This is a fast highlight option. Once you click, again, you have the two colors to choose from. You can choose either one of the colors, and then whatever you select will be highlighted. All right. Now, of course, we don't want to highlight everything that we see. So we can click on this and either change the color or even turn off fast highlight. Once I turn off and turn on, both the times you get notifications telling you it has been turned on or turned off. You can close these notifications if they are distracting for you. Now, for example, I highlighted this, but I think I don't need it. It's not important. I can click on it and choose this. So it goes away, the highlight goes away. Another way of deleting a highlight is you see the notebook icon here on your left. Once you click on the notebook icon, you can see all the highlights here. All right. For example, this is a highlight that I don't need. So I can just click on the three dots and say delete highlight. It will give you a notification. You can delete it. All right. So this is as easy as deleting highlights. Now, a few more things that you can do inside the notebook. You can open up the notebook and have your highlights. You can have your highlights in a class notebook. If you click on this icon, you will be asked to sign in with your work account and you can save it in OneNote, meaning you can either answer questions or use it in your assignment or just keep it for referring purposes later. Print it. If you click on the print icon, you can select which highlights you want to print. If you want to print them all, if you don't want to print them all, you can just deselect and select only the ones that are required. All right. Now, if I want to select all and say print, I just say print. All right. So you can see that it has taken me to a page where I can, of course, click print once I choose my printer from here. And if I don't want to print it, I also have it like this, so I can save it as a PDF as well. So all my highlights are here. It tells me the date of my highlight. For example, this one was done on 31st August. This one was done on September 2nd. So you have all of the dates here. It also tells you what kind of highlight you did, whether it was yellow, it's green, or it was zinc. I'm sure how to highlight the energy. All what see is the note. For example, this one had a note called important, and this one had a note called important for test one. All right, so all your details of your highlights are given here. Also included in the printing is you can see who it is printed by. All right, so this is all part of your highlighting. Now, I'm just going to close this and cancel. Now, if you would like to review your highlights, you can click on review mode. You can choose which highlights you want to print. Maybe my quiz tomorrow is only for chapter 10 and 12, so I can deselect all, click only chapter 10 and 12 and say start review. Once I say start review, it opens up in a split view for me. The half of the left side of the book is the book itself, and the right side of the book has the highlighted area. Also on the top of the page, you will be able to see a progress circle, meaning as you move ahead into the highlights, you will be able to see how much percent of the highlights you have already reviewed. To go on to the next, you can press next, and you can see that it is moving, and your progress bar here is also increasing. So this is the way in which you can review your highlights. To exit, you just press exit and you're taken back to the book. This is all about highlighting. Now, another important feature that you have, and it's quite interesting, is labs. What you have in labs is you have emoji reactions. So as I showed you, you can add eyes or hearts. So let's go to another page where there's no highlights, so you will be able to see it easily. All right, so I want to highlight this. When I highlight this and I hover over it, you can see the emojis. Maybe it's something I want to save, so I add a heart to it. You can and it has the heart emoji next to it. Maybe I want to highlight this as well, but it's quite difficult, so I want to add this emoji. So you can see that my highlights are also underlined and I have an emoji added next to it. If I switch it off and I highlight, you will be able to see that the emojis no longer exist over here. All right. Now, another option is look up in Investopedia. For example, I want to look up this word. I can either look up in Investopedia, look up in Wikipedia, or even define the word. When you click on define, it will define it for you in the best way possible. And you can even use this definition in your assignments or your quizzes or make note of it. You also have a feature of night display. If you switch on night display, it will be less glossy for you, meaning that it will put less strain on your eyes if you're using the book during the night. So you can switch it on or switch it off. And some of the other features down below are flashcards, read aloud, and instant highlights. Instant highlights is something I already showed you using the fast highlight option at the bottom of the screen. Flashcards and read a few moments that you may want. All right, great. So it seems like it's all clear and there are no doubts. All right, moving on to flashcards. Now, flashcards are something that students love. So it's the best way what you create a new deck. For example, I want to name it quiz midterm. All right. Once I do this, I can say save. Once I save it, you can see that you can add cards inside this. Now, when I click on add cards, you have a front of a card and a back of a card. There are different ways in which you can create the flashcard. One way is you can copy the text, press Control C, put it over here and press Control V. So you have the front. For the back, maybe I want to have my ingredients there. So I'm going to copy my ingredients and paste them here and say save. All right. Another way to do it, again, I click plus. What I can do is I can highlight the word procedure. And as I hover over it, I can see create flashcard. When I go to create flashcard, I can choose which deck I want to put it in, or if I want to create a new one here. So I can choose quiz or midterm, and it goes up here automatically. At the back of the card, again, I can just copy and paste it, and it will be saved. The third way of creating a flashcard, again, you click on the plus. On the front, I can type out, so I can say pasta. At the back, I can say white, red. All right. And I can say your book application is rely on internet. As you can see, my internet quality is not very good. So I am facing some difficulties when I'm trying to save it or while I'm sharing my screen. All right, now I am done creating my flashcards. If I want to delete, I can either press this button delete here, or I can click on the three dots to delete. So I can delete it from here, or I can press the edit button here to edit it, or I can even click the three dots again to edit it. All right. Now, if I want to review my flashcards, I can press the play button and I will be taken into reviewing my flashcards. Sorry for this, just a second again. So I go back into my quiz and I say review. Now you can see that it shows you how many flashcards are there and how many you have already covered. It also shows you how many over here. So the same number here is the same number here. You also have the option of ticking I know or I don't know, which I will show you in a minute. You can also flip to the next or to the previous by using the arrows on the left and right. You can shuffle your cards, meaning if you have a lot of cards and you want to check if you remember them based on the number of the order, or you actually remember them, then you can shuffle to check that. And you also have the option of refreshing, meaning if you're on your last flashcard and you want to refresh, and you will be taken back to your first flashcard. Once I click on the flashcard, it shows me. Now, once I have seen the answer, I can choose whether my answer was right or wrong. So if I know it, and sorry, my internet is a little low, so it's not working. Sorry, I lost you there. So I'm just going to show you again. It's just loading my flashcards. All right, so this is where we left off. This is the procedure. If I want to check the answer, I can click and check the answer at the back. If my answer is right, I can select I know it. All right, and it is now colored green. Now I move on to the next one. Again, I want to check if my answer over here is correct or not. So I can check the answer here. And if I was wrong, I can choose I don't know it. Moving on to the last one, again, I don't know it, so I want it later. All right. Now, as I said, you can click on the refresh and you will be taken back to the first one, or you can even shuffle them and you can see that the first one has been changed. Okay. To review, exit your review mode of flashcards, you can just press the X and you will be taken to the page of your flashcards. Now, on the day of the exam in the morning, if you want to review your material again, once you click and you say review, it will give you two options. Two to the cards or just the cards. Study week cards as I don't know, and of course means you back into the articles. So if you study week cards, you can see that there were only two that I marked as I don't know, and they are the ones that I have been given for review. If I now know the answer, I know it. All right. and you can move on to just give me one moment. It's just taking. All right, sorry for that. I was switching to a better network, so I don't have a problem in explaining to you. All right, so just to show you some of the additional features of the bookshelf, I'm just refreshing it. In the meanwhile, while that is getting refreshed, I would like to show you the library. So this is how your library looks. This is the book that you are currently on. So you have the option of continuing to read it, or you can choose another and see them. All right. Once this is done, you can click on store, and you can even add more books. All right. All right, so to show you some of the features at the bottom of the screen, you have some options over here. So this is the option where you can enter your page number, the page number that you would like to choose other than just saying if you want to and you will be redirected to the book. Now, for example, there is a page that I want to use and I have to bookmark it. I can just press the bookmark. and the page will be bookmarked. You will get a notification up saying bookmark has been added, and you can close that. If you would like to review all your bookmarks on this arrow, and you can see all your bookmarks, and when you click on it, it will take the page bookmarked. While that is being loaded, I would like to show you the scrubber bar. The scrubber bar is another way of shifting pages left and right. You simply click it and drag it to the left or drag it to the right. And you can see in the center of the screen that the name of the page and the page number as well is coming up. All right. Now moving on to another feature, which is printing. Printing. Over here, if you go to printing, if you click on print, you will be given the number of pages that you can print. All right. I'm extremely sorry for this, but there's something wrong with the system today. When you click on the printing, you can choose the number of pages that you want to print. The number of pages that you need to print vary from person to person, and you can choose the number of pages you want to print and simply click print. Another option is read aloud. If you click on read aloud, it will play from the beginning of the page, just to show you.
Braising 575. Braising. A moist heat cooking method. Braising may be used to tenderize tough poultry products.
All right, so it starts reading from the beginning of the page. However, if you would like to read from another place, you can simply click. Once you click, you can hover over it and say read aloud from here. Once you do that, it will start reading from the page that you highlighted, or from the area that you highlighted.
A variation on the second braising method is used for making white stews called fricassees. The recipe for chicken fricassee in this section illustrates the following basic procedure.
All right, so these are the two ways in which you can read aloud. I have already shown you the method of fast highlighting, and the last option that I would like to show you is citation. When you click on citation, you can see that there are many different ways of citing. So there's MLA, APA, Harvard, and Vancouver. So you can simply choose which option you would want to cite it in. Click copy. Again, you get the notification, and you can paste this into Word, and it will get pasted with the formatting. So this is the best way for you to cite your work in order to prevent you from plagiarizing any content. All right, and the last option available is copy URL. When you click on copy URL, you will be given the URL of the exact page. So when you copy this, again, you have the notification. You can share this URL either with your instructor if you have a doubt on this page, or you can share it with your colleagues if you are not too sure about something, or you're working on an assignment, or for whatever reason. Now, again, just like sharing the highlights, if you choose the option of sharing the URL, please ensure that your colleague has also purchased the book. If not, then they will not be able to see the URL that you have shared with them. All right, so these are some of the important features of Bookshelf that we have used, and they are important in the way that you use your book. If there is any other question that you may want us to answer, please let us know, and I will be more than happy to answer your question. If you don't have any questions, I will just be sharing a feedback link in the chat box, and if you can please fill out the feedback for us, we would really be thankful. So I'm just going to share the link down below for you. All right. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We wish you a great day ahead and stay safe.